way. Welcome, YouTube family. Welcome. Today's title is subject is when we play within their hands or plans. Operation. I thought I said something like that, but I guess I didn't put that in there. Operations, talking about operations. But anyways, let's let me fix this for a second. They show me stuff like that. They get me looking at stuff like that. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Present. All right. Let me do something here. Hold on. Mm. Okay, here we go. Let me see. I want to start with my poem first. And this is a long title poem. Lines to a superior young lady on the occasion of her first manifestation, a will of her own. That's a long title. As you know, it's from this book. Okay, over 100 poems, old and new. Rudyard Kipling, edited by Thomas Penny. Okay, here we go. Imperious, long coated sage, though your months as men reckoned are two, you are wiser than 10 times your age, and these rhymes are for you. O pagan philosopher small, you can't read them now, it is true, for dinner and sleep are your all, and your knowledge is you. But you scream when there's anything wrong, and you scream till it's righted. You do. And creation attends to your song, and the earth waits on you. What more could the best of us do? Though his years might be threescore and odd, and therefore with deference, deference due. These verses are written for you. Oh, wee little, wise little God. Ain't that beautiful? Oh, they got in the Neolithic age. Yes, that was one great. That was great. Even, I mean, the title is longer than basically it's a short poem. So what can we say? Um, let's discuss operations and um, programs, plans, and playing into others' hands, um, which I see we do on a constant basis as I review, right? On a constant basis. Do we have a choice? Do we have a choice? No. Well, it looks that way, but on the other hand, you have to give yourself, you have to make a choice. You have to have some value. When we don't have, when we don't gravitate towards the energies that accept us, and we gravitate more towards an energy that is more, um, it seems accepting, but is not. Overall, it has said no. But in order for the operation to work, it has to rear you in. It has to throw out it has to throw out the worm to catch you, to rear you in, to bring you in, to pull you in. So basically, we think we don't have a choice of the matter of going to work for a company and their operations and how they want to operate. Okay, for example, you get a job in this business, in this operation, and we already know, or we should know at least, we should know what their operation is, how it works. We should know something about it way before we went for the interview, right? They say. So we're interested in this job. We're interested in what they do. But when you get in there, you have to realize and recognize that um, it's someone's operation. It's not your operation, it's someone else's operation. So going into that, you're operating under what they stand for, what they represent, and what their plans are. Now, their plans, they have to have you to help them, to assist them in pursuit of their plans, in pursuit of making it happen. And that's with anything, not just a business. It's just everything overall. But the business model is good to use because we saw a video. I showed a movie, an old movie about a man that worked for a company. And this company, when they didn't care for you, they didn't care for you. And you shouldn't put yourself in that environment, is what I'm saying. You shouldn't want to go and gravitate towards a business that doesn't have you in mind, that doesn't have uh, utopia, love, compassion, um, all those good things that we need in this life. And then when I think about it, we're in a society that lacks that. And being in a society as a whole that lacks that and that has an operation built around us, um, any businesses that it builds is the people are only going to be used. People are not going to be valued as much because overall, the country in the United States is not known to value people. It's known to be started up treating people inhumanely, like they don't exist as a human, like they do, right? So that's how America started, right? We all understand that much of it. So when you think about moving forward, is is how is it going to be? How is the operation with me in it? Am I going to get the love? Um, the things I need fulfilled, if since I'm giving it to them, you're giving your all into something, the business. And the business, as we seen in the classic movie, I should bring back up that movie. That was a really good movie. A really, really good movie. I need to bring that movie back. I can't even think, I don't even think about it. Oh my God, that was a really good movie. I think it was it one of those Twilight Zone movies? Oh my God. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of that classic movie. That's not a good thing. And let me see. I'm gonna look it up, but try to find it not the best way I can because I like my black and white films. Um, trying to say, let me see. I'm not gonna find it anytime soon, I don't think. That was a really good movie to show you, to give you clarity in what I'm talking about, but there should be already clarity in that in itself. Um, let me see something. Because when I think about when I think about value and people accepting you and people already showing love, I think of the country of Ghana. Okay, let's say that the country of Ghana, not only the country of Ghana, but Hawaii. Um, when, for example, how people greet you and they always have a smile and they want to, you know, there's countries, don't think there's not countries. There's countries that are of people that are accepting and they love you from the get-go until you prove them wrong later, you know. And then they still may love you. I don't know. But either way, they don't have the dynamics of the operation of usury and mistreatment. But they have values of acceptance and pulling in people or getting, you know, caring for people. And, I'm sure there's other countries besides these two countries I'm naming, but these two countries are just a few where people are very, very much accepting, even though I don't know if that's a good thing because you you pulling in different energies, different types of energies. And as we know, you have to be really, really careful about what you attract and what energies you pull in, you know. Um, like on this platform, it's I've seen and heard some horrific stories, about YouTubers. And I mean, it goes on, Most of them are dead. Most of them are in jail for murder, and different things like that. It's just crazy. And it's all about energy. It's all about what you allow in your life, the things you allow in your life. Um, So these, so you have big YouTubers, and you got to think you are on YouTube and you allow so many to come in, and this is an open forum. So, but you have a choice. You do have a choice. Don't think you don't have a choice. Some people in their minds, they feel like they don't have a choice going into a business and working. If you feel like something is off, then you should always listen to your first thought, your first voice when it says something is not right. People are not always in tune like that to things, but like people are not in tune to where we're at as a people in this country. They're so out of touch with it. They're so into they're so absorbed into the programming of this place that everything, I really so full-hearted believe everything in doses, everything in small doses. Um, because you never know what you might attract, especially if you're hooked in a certain thing that is not an uplifting thing. You got to be careful of that because that's energy in itself. That's energy in itself. There's a mental thing, a hidden programming that has to do with emotions and has to do with um, and it's weakening your emotions by showing us horrific and telling us horrific stories. This has been the news. That's what the news does. It it's information, but it's part of their operation. We know horrific things happen in life, but what we don't want to do is get too absorbed in it and where it gets us down and out and affect us in such a way that is just unthinkable. So that's the way the news works, your local news and world news to get us stirred up, emotionally and get us, information is important, but I don't think the fact that we already know a lot of horrific things happen on a constant basis, seeing it, you know, happen every day, I don't think that's good. I think peace is a necessity. And like I said, we do have a choice of our environment. We have a choice of what we want to choose to hear. We have a choice of all of these things, no matter what, to the contrary of what someone else may think. You always have choices of that. And we have a choice to not be, within an operation, within a system. Maybe not the physical choice, but the mental is everything. The mental is everything. And I say the mental is everything because the mental is what gets played upon, our emotions. So because we're in an operation that does not value our people, our kind, but they intentionally go out their way to value others and will have you be in that same way in many and have you doing repeating the same way that they are, because once again we're in an operation, we're in a system that is operating in a way not conducive for you and I, but conducive for themselves. Um, so what we see so much, you see so much agony, you see so much pain, you see so much hatred, you see so much war, you see so much everything within this operation. And it's not caring about you and as a person one bit. That's why it can be in the manner that it is. So therefore, you have to choose whether you want to operate in this operation of someone else who does not give a damn about you, or do you want your own operation where people, where you chose, where people accept and open their arms to you, love you, respect you, honor you. Um, it's just, and a lot of to think that people run from that. People run from that crying asylum to come here. And there's no crying asylum from here because this is known as the great savior country. This country is known as the great savior's country. The great right hope, right? The one who's going to come and scoop in and make democracy save the day, right? Make democracy save the day after they've seen fit that you were broken down as a group of people and that you do not have what they call it, you do not have no strength in your country, that you do not have anything. in your place, that you're broken down, having political issues, and that you have to run to good old Super Jesus. And all the while, they're saying, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Super Jesus. On the heavenly land, what's left of it, my son. Jesus. But see, we don't know that over here. We know harsh, doggy dog world, and that's what we've been, how we operate. That's the operation that we've been trained in to operate. And if you want that, you stay in that and you're loving that. If you want greater than that, then you're going to strive for greater than that. You're not going to settle for anything. You're going to strive for greater. You're going to look for, research, find the best in accepting. And then you can go into that business knowing that you are part of the operation. You're not just the people inside, but people plan around and make plots and control and move you here and there. And you're down here waiting to be an employee of the month or getting a promotion. But instead, you are greatness, and those people that opened their arms up with smiles and greeted you and wanted you and danced for you and celebrated you and honored you. And I mean, I think more can get built, because in return, when the other new guy comes in, you're with the other crowd doing the same thing, because it's a culture. It's a culture. It's not a place of operations that operates with one objective, and that's the bottom line for the person or the owner of the business. Their little individual bottom line. But what about the whole? What about us all? What about pulling together, working together, loving each other? What about that? That doesn't fit into this operation, because there's always going to be a group of people within the operations that are not taken in consideration. And that's because they don't have what these two countries that I was talking about have, and many other native lands where native people are still able to a little bit, because these people that conquered, they did so much conquering and operating and destroying and generating, and our people over here, we allow them to generate more and more, and we help them in the system and generations, and we don't see the truth. We don't see our truth. And so it's almost as if we can't see how easy it is. How easy it is to get out of the devil's playground with hate, discontent, all these things, insecurity, threats, feeling threatened, wanting, been threatening, um, all of that energy is just there. It's there, and it's not that it's a whole different world from those who dance for you, celebrate you, love you, have peace, have respect. A whole different world from that. And with that said, I hope to see you on the other side one day. With that said, true love, real peace, the higher self within, the soul. Till next time, peace.